How's it going, Big Brother fans? Anchorpete here, and I'm with my wife, Shari T. Now, we don't have our typical live episode tonight, which, by the way, is Monday, October 12th, 2020, because we were having a lot of issues with our live shows, right, Shari?
It kept messing up.
Yeah, our voices wouldn't match up with our mouths, and, you know, it would kind of freeze. So we're just recording this, and then we're going to put it up on YouTube, like, right away, so you guys can get that Big Brother content pretty much immediately. So, oh, you got a little Mike Pence thing going on right now.
Fly.
Yeah. It's not edited. There you go. That fly.
I saw that Spirit Halloween already had like the Pence wig with the fly in it.
Oh shit.
That's like fast acting. 5-day put the costume out. Really impressive.
Dude, with politics and stuff now, it's like immediate. It's like the moment it happens, they already have some kind of product. It's crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, we're talking about Big Brother here, aren't we? Or actually, you know what? This show has a new name, by the way. Did you know that? This is now called the Footstalker Chronicles. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
If they watch the episode tonight, you do.
Talking about Enzo's feet. This is probably the most interesting part of the whole show tonight.
I love little personal tidbits like that, and I actually thought he had pretty decent feet. I didn't think they were bad at all.
Yes, yeah.
I've seen some men's feet, and Enzo's.
That was one of my fears about being on Big Brother, was that I might have feet that were unpleasant. A friend of mine once referred to my feet as having Gargamel toes. I'm just, telling this unedited to
Who said that?
Mike P. He doesn't watch, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that is not the case anymore. I have beautiful feet. I can show you guys right now if you like. No?
I will say that Enzo maybe had prettier feet than you.
I don't know why you have to say that,
But yours are nice.
Thank you. All right, let's get right to it. So tonight, we got 5 people left on the show. And when Big Brother gets to this point, it's not as interesting. Yes, you're super excited about who's going to be the last 3 people, but the interaction and stuff, it's a lot of filler.
I thought what was interesting here was who's going to win head of household, because if Christmas won, it would have been a completely different nomination ceremony. But once it's decided who head of household, as soon as Nicole won head of household, we know where this is going. It was all just a filler after that.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, I forget what the name of the competition was for HOH. It was probably like
Pumpkins. Something about pumpkins.
Yeah.
Stashing pumpkins.
Stashing pumpkins. See how
Stashing
clever
pumpkins.
they are? It's Emmy-nominated writing right there.
I liked it because there was a reference to, the band or whatever.
Oh, that's what that was. So anyway, with Big Brother, they had to all take like a basket full of like 25 pumpkins, put them on the end of a shovel, and make sure that they didn't spill out.
A giant shovel.
The horrible part was if a single pumpkin rolled off the shovel, then you had to take the whole freaking basket's worth back and start all over again.
It was one of the more frustrating, I suspect. I mean, I haven't participated, obviously, but it looked like one of the more frustrating competitions of the season. It looked hard.
Yeah. So.
And Nicole won it, so it must not be your typical competition.
Yeah. And Cody couldn't play, and so a lot of the competition was just Cody looking at Enzo messing up. And they did this montage where they had like multiple shots of Enzo at once, just like dropping pumpkins, and Cody just kind of like...
Cody trying so hard not to like show his disappointment or his frustration. He's pretty good. He's got a pretty good poker face, but he even did a little like eye rolling over here and there.
Yeah. And it looked like Christmas is going to win. I think she was with 24 out of 25 pumpkins on the shovel, or maybe 23, and one single one just bloop.
Same with Memphis. He got to 24. Again, I think if Memphis had won, we'd have a different situation here. But Nicole won, and we have a pretty typical, nomination ceremony.
Yeah, and Nicole won, and if either Memphis or Christmas had won, then she would have been on the block.
Yeah, but also Cody might have been on the block, which would have been so interesting. Or Enzo. Like, let's just see someone different, someone who's never gone up. Yeah. Now we possibly never will.
No, probably not. So, it's interesting because Nicole, I kind of feel like she's the odd person out, right? Memphis and Cody have their bromance. Not Memphis. Wow. Enzo and Cody have their bromance, and then you're saying that maybe Christmas and Memphis kind of might even have like a little thing going on, right?
I just saw some stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, that's
maybe they kissed. But that doesn't mean that they put that above their gameplay.
I know.
I actually don't think either of them did, but they do have like the Wise Guy Alliance, so they have some allegiance to each other.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, they kissed, but there was a lot of intimacy between Enzo and Christmas. You know, like one of the themes of tonight's episode was just Christmas walking in on Enzo in the bathroom.
It was very intimate.
Yeah,
very.
yeah. He just doesn't care. He doesn't like show that it's occupied.
I suspect Enzo is not a very fun person to live with.
Yeah.
From what I understand, he is single.
He's got that foot stalker though.
He's got a foot stalker.
Yeah. So at this point, Nicole puts up Memphis and Christmas, and you know you can almost map out the rest of the game. And they said that next week it's going to be BB Comics. I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, I do love that competition, and it's always fun to see what they come up with.
They gave us a little taste of it. One of the covers was Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, it was like a quick glance.
Like Christmas was the other cover, but yeah, I love that competition. It's great.
And we should discuss the comic book covers then when they do
that
we can
episode.
Definitely do that
in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, guys, honestly, I wish that there was more to talk about, but it was kind of a lame episode, right?
Kind of ho-hum. We kind of knew it was coming it's like I said, as soon as Nicole won, you know what's coming. I do want to say there's a lot here about Nicole personally with Victor, and also a little bit more about how her mind works, I think. I don't know if any of it was a surprise, but she certainly is a smart player, you know?
Yeah.
Memphis comes to her with this deal that he thinks is a great deal, and he kind of thinks he's talking to an idiot, or maybe not an idiot, but like, I don't think he realizes that she's savvy enough to know that that's a pretty lame deal, you know?
Yeah.
And also, he has no clue that she is she's aware of his alliance with other people.
That was
and
good.
he tried to lie to her and say he has no alliances, and she's like, you know, she just lied with, you know, along with all the experts and pros on this show, she's just as good as anybody else at the lying and keeping things to herself, which is always smart at this stage of the game. And it's kind of interesting to see how good she can be.
Yeah.
I still was really annoyed that she won, though.
I don't think anyone, like, moving forward from this point is going to believe people when they say, I'm not in any kind of alliance, or, like, I don't have a final two. I think at this point, like, there's so many alliances on this season, and you know, so many deals that you'd have to be a sucker, really, to not think people have final deals. Yeah,
and it's clear that Nicole's not a sucker, especially after this episode. I didn't think she was anyway, but, like, it's nice to hear her thoughts talking to the camera.
Do you think that there's similarities between Nicole and Sandra from Survivor, who is the two-time winner on Survivor? Are there similarities between the two? Sorry to put you on the spot, by the way.
I guess I wouldn't have thought of Sandra when I think of Nicole. They're both sneaky.
Yeah. Well, see, I think with Nicole, for instance, she kind of has this thing, and I personally have a little bit of it myself, too, where, like, she acts like a little bit of a goof, but she's, like, slightly more, you know, not sneaky, but like clever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, people are laughing at her goofiness, like falling over, or like she accidentally bumps into something. But she's secretly like, oh, I know what this person's up to. I know what this person's up to.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of that myself.
Okay.
You know, and I think that is a good quality to have for a Big Brother player. And then for my connection to Sandra, I think that Sandra knows people on Survivor too. It's this you know, social awareness. You know, and Cody has it too. I think that. Enzo has it, and then Christmas and Memphis don't necessarily have the social awareness as much as those other three.
They are able to lie their asses off, though, pretty well.
Yeah.
Which everybody at this stage of the game is expert liar.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying about Nicole, and she has won this game, so she must be able to do something right.
Yeah.
But I also don't know why to keep her around, considering she won. And she's talking about her farm she's going to buy with Victor, and it's just like, how are you, little 25-year-old girl, buying a farm? And, oh, yeah,
You've won already.
You've already won. Yeah.
I mean, it got taxed, but still, that's like $250,000.
Yeah.
That's not. I'll take that.
Yeah. Which good for her. I just don't really want to see her win the season.
Yeah, I think that ultimately, with a show like Big Brother or Survivor, you have to have an awareness of people, because in the end, in both shows, you're pleading a case for a jury. You have to work the jury, and you have to know things about them. And I think that really helped with Sandra and with Nicole.
You think Nicole has a good chance of the jury?
No, not this season, but I'm saying in the past. And one other thing I want to point out with Nicole, I don't think I've seen Sandra win once, but I don't think I've seen Sandra win 2 times. But with Nicole, I think it was just that she was up with someone that people liked less, right?
No, she was up against Paul.
Yeah, but
he was beloved, and he broke hearts.
Yeah.
Is why I think she won, because the people he pissed off, some of them were so hurt by him they voted for Nicole.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes it just happens on Big Brother where it's like you're with the person that kind of screwed everybody over, or like betrayed everybody, puppet master, like Paul.
Yeah.
That's how Josh won that one time.
Well, she needed to win, and it makes her look a little bit better that she finally won something.
Won something, yeah.
Yeah, because she didn't win anything, and I don't know. I don't see her as the winner, but she got herself closer.
Could be.
So good for her. This was a clutch win. She needed it, and she got it.
Yeah, that's one thing that you always say.
I do.
The people that win, if they win it like
when they need to.
When they need to, yeah.
Yes, and it will put you further and closer to the winner.
Yeah. So this is like my exhausted face, Shari. Did you know that? Because I've just been like making like YouTube stuff like constantly the past like week or so, and I'm almost out of it. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
But I just interviewed this artist and writer today, Rich Dewick, and then this artist Alex Cormack, and they're great. And I'm gonna post it on Thursday, right? And then I'm also working on, because I got to read this Dune book ahead of time for everybody, right? And I'm gonna try to post that tonight. I'm almost done with that.
Your review of it.
Yes. So I'm aiming to you people out there right now who by chance like comic books and Big Brother, or like Dune and Big Brother. I know there's like maybe 3 of you.
Those are needles in a haystack, but this is one of them right here, and he's hoping for kindred spirits.
Yes, like there's 3 of you in the world. I'm kind of rolling the dice, hoping that like maybe one of you is watching this actual video. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's what's kind of going on the Anchorpete channel. And so I just figured I'd shove that little plug in there before we said goodnight to everybody.
Thanks for shoving the plug.
Shoving the plug. Yeah, but we are going to continue to post these Big Brother episodes, and we're going to do it every Monday night and every Thursday night until the show's over, which is soon. It's like October 28th, right? And it's not going to be live, though, but it's going to be like pretty close to...
It might be a little bit before 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, right now it's 10:36. I think this will be up on YouTube.
So if you're a subscriber, you'll know. You'll be alerted.
Yeah. So if you're not a subscriber, you should subscribe. All right. So we are going to say goodnight to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on Thursday.